just as I've been doing recently, today we're gonna continue our grind for the Grade 1 road deer here on Scotland. As you can see, we are 223 kills into the grind, and my goal today will be to approach 300 and maybe surpass 300. We'll see. Now guys, I just wanted to say that we are less than 200 subscribers away from reaching 30,000 subscribers, which is incredible. So as always, if you enjoy the content, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel to help us achieve that goal. It is a massive goal and we are very close from finally achieving it. So as you could see, we just shot the first 2 males of the hunt, a 68.22, and this one is just a level 1, 51.42, tiny. You know, if that level 1 was on an exterior zone, I would have definitely left it, because that is the kind of buck you wanna leave if you wanna do herd management. All the level 1s. Unless you want to do extreme herd management, because if you want to do extreme herd management, you'll want to leave only the level 1s that have a weight estimate of 19 to 24 kilos. There are some that have a weight estimate of 24 to 29, I believe, so you could also leave those, but that is only if you wanna do regular herd management. If you wanna do the extreme version, just leave the ones with a lower estimate. Now there is a max estimate right there, level 2, no chance to make it, but I'm still gonna shoot it. And I am pretty sure that female is his pair, so we'll shoot them both. Damn, we hit a female but not good apparently. Let's use the Arsina for the follow-up. We hit her a second time, so that's gonna drop her. Now, I don't know if you watched the last video, but this big lake in particular is simply a fantastic location. I haven't found a single lake on the entire map that is as consistent as this one. The response just keep reappearing on this same lake, and if they don't respawn on this same lake, they normally jump towards this part of the river right here. Either here or on the left side of this pond. Occasionally they also respawn around here, maybe on the upper coast as well, but normally they respawn on this same lake, which makes it very simple to grind them. That is a level 1 right there. As I mentioned earlier, you'll want to leave all the level 1s in your exteriors, but since this is actually a main zone for me, we are still gonna shoot it. We don't want any level 1s here. Tiny level 1 right here. I have no idea of how small they are able to get, but a 47.21 is definitely tiny. They are probably able to score below 40, but they are rare. You know, this grind has many advantages and many disadvantages as well. One of the main disadvantages is of course the fact that it is hard to tell which are the solos and which are the pairs. For example, right there we have 2 bucks, plus like 5 females, so we know there are certain ways to be able to distinguish the pairs from the solos, but on this case I think I'm just gonna try to kill the 2 males and then as many females as possible. We're gonna use the Arsina this time. That is 2 kills. Come on. Oof, that was a nice hit. So we killed 3, and there should be more over that side. That is probably solo level 1. Very easy kill. So that was another 3 kills, but at least one of the 2 over there was on a pair and we only killed that female, so we'll have to kill more females from that zone in order to get a response. Ooh, there was another level 2 right there. Very close to a tent, I didn't see it. Another victim for the Arsina. Beautiful. 231 kills in total. The best part is that this one was a solo, so it's actually gonna respawn. No problem. So yeah guys, the main challenge on this grind will be to eventually swap all the solo females on this lake, on this part of the river, and on this part of the coast for pairs that are located on the right side of the map. That is gonna take a lot of time because, I mean, there's a 50% chance of a swap being successful, and just imagine how many solo females there are on these locations. Definitely a lot. So it certainly won't be quick, but if we achieve it, it's gonna make a massive difference. Because imagine if this huge lake was filled with only pairs. Wouldn't that be amazing? We would be able to shoot so many roe deer. Now we're gonna shoot a few over there. There are 3 males. Hard to tell if there are pairs or solos. So what I'm gonna do is to shoot that female as well, and a couple of the males. Let's go for them. We're gonna come back to his zone eventually. 3 kills. Now if we can also hit that one, that would be perfect. Damn. Well, he's gone. Another 2 kills right there. You know, another very good option, if you don't want to swap the solo females for pairs, you could also try swapping solo females for solo males, because the solo males also seem to be pretty consistent on this location. The main reason to try to swap the solo females for pairs in particular is because the pairs tend to be more consistent, but if the solo males are also consistent, then you could also try swapping solo females for solo males. Like for example, you could start by killing 5 solo females on this lake and then go and kill 5 solo males on these lakes right here. Not every single one of them is gonna swap, but probably at least a couple. We are still getting very consistent response on this lake. So let's see. That is one. And unfortunately the hit wasn't good. We can go for a follow-up. Oof. Man, sometimes these females are hard to hit, eh? Let's see if we already got some response on this side of the lake. Hopefully. Well, apparently it is empty at the moment. There are some dogs though. So that is something, I guess. Ooh, level 3. Okay. Now that's something right there, and the best part is that it is a guaranteed diamond. 82 bottom estimate, and the diamond score is 81.86, I believe. Finally, guys. Finally, the second diamond of the grind after 254 kills. It was about time. We have gotten 2 trolls, 1 diamond, 1 piebald, and 1 Lucius so far. So this will be the 4th trophy of the grind. Can't complain at all. It seems to be on a pair with that female. So once again, let's drop the level 3, and then let's drop the female. Come on. That was a good hit. Not too bad. I am surprised there's nothing on this side of the lake though, because it is normally loaded with roe deer. Let me check the zones. Yeah, we currently have no zones right there, so we may have to wait for some response to happen, or check this part of the coast, because maybe they are respawning right here. Never mind. Where did those come from? 2 males right there. I guess they just arrived. So 2 more victims for the new 2506. By the way, this rifle is very good for the roe deer. I honestly have no complaints about it. The only thing is that I feel it has a bit more recoil than, for example, the Frost 257, but maybe that is only me. By the way guys, I was forgetting, but we just killed 4 males, so that puts us at 258 kills in total. There is another male over there, hold up. Where is it? There is a female, maybe a pair just arriving. Yeah, the male is actually over there, and it is also a max estimate. We'll leave it for now. Here we have these 2, just a level 1, 51.98, and this one is a level 2 with a score of 80.45, holy. Really close from being a diamond. I think it is the biggest level 2 we have gotten on the grind. That's kinda crazy. Right after the second diamond, which is right here. An absolute giant, but I don't think it's gonna score super high because these seem to be the small diamond elders, unfortunately. Probably gonna score around 82, 83. 83.16, okay. 34.04 kilos, he was pretty heavy, but unfortunately he ended up being a fairly small diamond. But I can't complain, here is the second diamond of the grind, and we really wanted it to happen, finally. Guys, it really feels that you can simply stick to hunting this lake over and over and you are gonna continue getting response here. Because I've been doing the same run like 10 times already, and they keep coming back, really. I'm still hunting the river occasionally. Like before hunting this lake, I hunted the river for a bit, especially this part. Here I have this tent that lets me shoot the zones that are over here. These were tent to shoot the zones that are over here, and I also make use of these outposts to shoot the zones that are on this part of the river right here. Now, one of the parts about my setup that is very different to the rest is that feeder right there. Look, there's a pair feeding. You know, the reason why I placed that feeder right there is because my intention is to not have to hunt the drink zones that are on this island, because it is pretty much impossible to grind. Look, there's one right here, 3 more right here, but there's barely any distance with the other side of the river to be able to place more tents, especially on this part. So what I'm hoping is that that feeder will eventually attract all the roe deer that drink on this island. However, there's only 1 pair, so that is clearly not all of them. We are still gonna shoot them though. We're gonna start with the female. Perfect. So one more kill. This feeder still requires a lot of testing because the roe deer have 3 different feed times, one from 4 to 7, another one from 7 to 10, and a last one from 17 to 20 in the evening. So for instance, I'm currently hunting during the 4 to 7 feed time, so there's no guarantee that the pair we just shot right here was also gonna show up during the 7 to 10 feed time. Maybe the pairs and solos that would show up here during the next feed time are completely different to the ones on the feed time we were just hunting. So you gotta test different times and see what shows up. There's a lot of variation. Holy! Level 3 right there! Damn! Where was he? I guess he was very close to his tent? Yeah, because apparently we spooked it as soon as we fast traveled. So that is unfortunate, but we know it is around here. We'll have to shoot it from this side of the river, but that will be after shooting these 2 bucks right here. Look, there's a level 2 which is probably paired with a female, and another level 2 that is a solo. Not seeing more over there. So let's see. Gonna use the Arsina this time. That is 2. That one is alarmed. Ooh, there's another level 2 arriving. That's perfect. Oh. Can't complain. So that is another 3 kills, guys. 280 kills into a grind, getting very close to 300. Now I just realized, there's also a level 1 over there. Let's zero for 300. Can we hit him on the trot? That should do it. So yeah guys, even though the big lake is super consistent and by far the best part about this setup, you cannot neglect the river because it is also gonna produce a lot of response. All this part of the river right here. Also this part of the coast. Now we'll have to come back to this same area and try to figure where the level 3 was drinking. My guess is that he has a drink zone probably right next to his tent because we spooked it as soon as we fast traveled. There was his zone right here. And there's a pair. Look, level 2. Let's use the Arsina because they are running. Just start throwing. The level 2 is down. And now the female, she's fleeing. I'm gonna try to hit it right here. Damn, we couldn't hear her, I believe. Maybe that shot was good. Who knows? We'll check the map to see if she died. Oh, she died. Not too bad, we actually killed the pair. But my plan at the moment is to head to this area to be able to see what's next to my tent, because I believe the level 3 is right here. And finally, there he is. That is the exact same level 3, 86 top estimate, and yeah, it is actually in a zone that is very close to our tent, right here. Not as close as I thought though. He's roughly 300 meters out, a bit closer, and there's also a level 2 right there. We're gonna shoot them both. Look, it's a bit of a risky shot because of course this rifle isn't super reliable, especially not at this distance, but it should be safe. That was a hard shot apparently. Now we're gonna use the Arsina. That guy is getting far. We just need to hit him once. Oof, we hit him. Perfect. So let's see a score of the level 3. Just gonna fast travel to his tent right here. Well, unfortunately, he has a chance to be the third troll of the grind, just as it has a chance to be the third diamond of the grind. It's a 50-50 because this rack, it has a chance of trolling, and a high chance I would say. 79.61, are you kidding me? Not even above 80, that's insane. It is the second troll we get during this grind that scores below 80. 33.22 kilos, another troll. 3 trolls, 2 diamonds, and 2 rares so far. That is unfortunate. But we're approaching 300 kills. So when it comes to this grind being consistent, we definitely can't complain. What in the world is happening there? Look at all the roe deer. Are those all solos? There are 5 males? 6 males? Damn. That's a lot, guys. Look, on this part of the big lake right here, apparently they've been respawning, but only on this corner of the lake for some reason. That is interesting. I guess we're actually gonna get on the tripod this time because I don't wanna kill that zone necessarily. Let's use the Arsina. There is 1, 2, let's get a third one, 3. Come on, brother. We got 3. Even if the last shot wasn't a barrel, that should take him down. 4 now. Perfect. Not too bad. Hard to tell if those were solos or not, but 6 males on a single zone, I think that is the most I've seen on this grind. 315 kills in total. I think we have killed roughly 100 today, which is a lot. So yeah, we're gonna conclude the video very soon, but I still wanna check the rest of the lake. We're gonna fast travel here, and we'll see if we can spot more males. There's another pair right there, small level 2, another female, another pair, plus another level 2. So yeah, there are plenty of males on the opposite side of the lake, guys, plenty to shoot. Ooh, level 3! Alright, well that is something. Are we gonna be able to conclude the video with a diamond? That is a very good question. I think he may have the guaranteed diamond rack, eh? Yeah guys, I think that's actually gonna make it. Finally. That's gonna be the 3rd diamond of the grind. Yeah, I'm looking at the rack and there's no doubt. It is actually guaranteed diamond. The estimate isn't super promising, but it is guaranteed to make it with that rack. Let's shoot it right here. Good hit. Another, well that was a bad hit on that level 2. It's still going down though. So that was another 2 kills, 317 kills in total. We're gonna fast travel to extend to claim the level 3, and then I'ma conclude the video. So far it's been a very nice day of grinding, plenty of kills, plenty of level 3s, many huge level 2s, but the important thing is that our setup has been very consistent. Let's see a score. 85.31. Oof, he's huge. That is, I believe, even bigger than the first diamond we got on this grind. I don't recall if the first diamond was an 85 or an 86. Maybe it was an 86 plus, but yeah, this guy is a monster. Can't complain, guys. Finally a truly big road deer and the 3rd diamond of the grind. Unfortunately we couldn't find a single rare today, but 2 diamonds and 1 troll, that is still very decent.